All right. It has been a little bit since we've done some gameplay, but we're going to do that tonight. We are going to play some Tecmo Super Bowl for the Super Nintendo. Uh, this 16-bit version is actually pretty good. We take a look at the NES version as being like the ultimate one, but I think that the Super Nintendo one holds up pretty well, and it's a lot of fun to play. This game will actually be celebrating its 30th anniversary in just a couple of years. This came out in '93, I believe. The animations here look pretty good, as you can see. There are some teams that are holdovers, like the Oilers, for example, and some teams that are missing from the squads that are out there today. But by and large, it's pretty much the same. The opening cinematic here is very cool. I really like how this looks, and I always have. I played a lot of this game when it came out in '93. I mean, a ridiculous amount. As good as Madden is or was back then, and I was playing on both Super Nintendo and Genesis at the time, this was the game to play because it's more arcade style, which is what I tend to prefer. So I played a lot of this. The LA Rams. Got the Saints and the Niners. They go through like every team. Now we get the scroll by of the name of the game. And there we go. So, let's go ahead and get things started. And it's been a little bit since I played. So you have to pick the team you want to control. In this game, I almost always take the Niners, and I know it's basically cheating, but that's the team I always played as back then. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Everyone else we skip. Now, you can play as many teams as you want. What becomes difficult is if you wind up having two teams that you want to control that play against each other, you have to let the computer control one. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to go with San Francisco. Note that there are no options for difficulty changing, so you have to stick with whatever you got. So that's what we're going to wind up doing here. With the schedule, there is an option, I believe. I think you got to hit start, or maybe it's the it's the Y button. So you can select different schedules, 91, 92, 93. We're going to do the 3-year mode. Okay. And then let me just go back to team control because I think, yeah, everything got changed. So we're going to go here. And then we're going to go ahead. We're just going to go. So in this particular setup, you have to watch the scores kind of tally. You don't get to watch any highlights, but you get to watch the numbers populate. And this moves pretty quickly. So the Bills won that game 24-21. But you have to do this for each game. Some people like to do this just because they like the quick simulation of each game. Got the Broncos and the Bengals here in Cincinnati. And the Broncos win by 3, 37-34. 300 passing yards for Klingler. Oh my gosh. John Elway only threw for $186. And you can just do this. So you could almost do your own Sports Center if you wanted as you play through, as you let each team or each matchup play out, at least until yours comes up. The Browns go to Dallas to take on those Cowboys. Cowboys win 21-10. Troy Aikman still throwing for Dallas. Bernie Kosar still in there for Cleveland. That gives you an idea how old this is. Jay Novacek, one catch for 47 yards. And around we go. I could do an auto skip and get right to the game, but I think this is fun to just look at each team. We got the Oilers going to LA to take on the Raiders. And Houston just destroys the Raiders 35-17. Warren Moon runs twice for 17 yards and threw for 282 more. Jeff Hostetler playing for the Raiders at that time. Oilers with that run and shoot offense, just a deadly offense back then. The Colts go to New England. So let's see here. New England wins 24-17. Scott Zolak is in at quarterback. Zolak is now the radio analyst for the Patriots. McMurtry. Gosh, I don't remember a lot of these names. What else we got going on here? We got Kansas City going to Atlanta. And we have an injury. Eric Dickerson is playing still. For the Falcons, it looks like. Kansas City wins 24-10. That is Joe Montana, by the way, that's playing for the Chiefs, but they didn't have the license for Joe Montana. He was still under agreement with Sega, so they had to put in quarterback Chiefs for him. But that really is him. They use his stats and everything. That's the thing about these games back then and really through much of the 90s is that you did have some athletes that had working agreements with other companies. This one goes to overtime and the Jets win 30-24. Michael Jordan was one in the NBA. Charles Barkley was another one, although that happened later. We did have, as you just saw, we had Joe Montana. So you did have some athletes that had special agreements or licensing agreements where they just couldn't be in every game. We'll go through a couple more of these, and if San Francisco's turn is not up soon, we'll go ahead and just auto skip. The Steelers go to San Diego and win by just a point. Neil O'Donnell still throwing the football for Pittsburgh there. Humphreys throwing for San Diego. Marion Butts for San Diego, who would eventually come to New England, by the way. Let's take a look at that schedule real quick. Oh, we still got a ways to go. So let's go ahead and we'll engage auto skip. And as you'll see here, this goes a lot faster. We don't see the stat screens. It just shows the line scores. So it's a lot faster here. Another overtime game. 2 overtime games in their first week is pretty good. So now we get our first matchup. The 1991 regular season. So it takes you through 91, 92, 93. So the Niners go to New York to face the Giants. I always kick off. And you see a little bit of the cutscene setup that that Tecmo Super Bowl is really notorious for. You do get touchbacks in this game, which is nice. And now, what play do I think that the offense is going to call? And then I try and call the same play on defense. I almost always take a linebacker. This is Bill Romanowski. It's a passing play. Nope. They call out of a run. And just 2 yards. The thing is with calling pass defenses is if they do a run, you are so susceptible to a big gain. I can't believe Ed McCaffrey caught that.
First down.
All right, first down. That is Christian McCaffrey's dad, by the way, for those of you who might be football fans.
Blue 48. Hut. 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 Hut.
Good blocking on the outside. Going to be close to a first down, but not quite. 2nd and 1. This is probably where they're going to go to a run, even though I'm calling a... Oh, fumble! And a recovery Oh, I'm going to run this back. The 10. Touchdown. Yeehaw. So, we have a fumble recovery for 6. That's how you want to start. That's awesome. All right. So I haven't had an offensive play yet. Get another touchback out of the deal here, unless he decides to run it out. I don't think he will. Not that Dave Meggett couldn't run it back. So let's see what they do on 1st and 10. I am calling a running defense. Still got 4 yards out of it. Nope. Oh.
First down.
All right.
Blue 43.
This is a pass, and I'm not ready for it. All right, that works. That works for me. So is it 2nd and 10?
Blue 48.
The fact that Bill Romanowski could drop into coverage like that. Oh, that's not good. I covered the wrong guy. That is a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yo, that is not good at all. Mark Jackson for 6. Nice throw from Phil Simms there. And that's good for the extra point, so it's tied up at 7. Now I'm going to get a chance to do some offensive work. So Steve Young's going to be a quarterback here. I might get a chance if he doesn't fumble it. There we go. 17-yard return. I try and mix up my pass and my run and my pass offenses, but I generally tend to settle in on passes before long. I do have some blockers in front. That's pretty good.
First down.
I like to go with a lot of just verticals, and there aren't a lot of vertical plays here. I will dump it off to my fullback for 8 yards. 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And again, I'm going to get a nice gain and maybe more. No. So that's the end of the first quarter, but I am in the red zone. It is 7-7. Football. 2 words. Love that. I think we'll just keep it going. The running game is working. Make him stop you. And again, my blockers are in place. That's close to a first down. Gonna try and take it right through the middle and touchdown. That was too easy. Ricky Waters basically just doing his thing. All right. Oh, that's not good. That is basically an onside kick, which is not what I wanted to do. But that's the risk when you try and kick it too deep. I'll talk more after this play. And I made the right call. So this is a battery backup kind of game for the Super Nintendo, which is great, just like the regular Nintendo version is. The problem with the cartridges, though, is when the batteries go dead, it makes things challenging. Because everything is tied to battery saves in terms of your progress and in terms of stat tracking and things, so it becomes kind of difficult. That works. John Johnson with the sack. And I forced a punt. I will take it. Oh, almost had the block. And that is a touchback. Would have been a field goal, actually, at that rate. All right, let's do it. Gonna send my running back in motion. Steve Young goes long. Nope. Had the right idea. Let's see if I can get anything out of the run. 8 yards. That works. 3rd and 2. 3rd and a long 1, really. But I'm kind of deep in my own end, so I've got to make this. Did I get it? 4th and 1. No, we're going to go for it. I shouldn't. I should punt it, but the water's just been so good. Yeah, here we go. First down.
First down. Round 52.
Ah. That's not what I wanted. 2nd and 10. Still insisting on the pass here. All kinds of time. First down.
First down.
Time is starting to become a factor. I'm going to have to think about timeouts. 9-yard gain.
Ready, set, put.
I don't know why I did that. Oh boy, I forgot how to call timeouts. I really screwed that up. There's no excuse for that. So it's 14-7. We get a cool little halftime show, which means I will go ahead and have myself some Gatorade. This halftime show sponsored by Gatorade. Not a lot of offense, honestly. And now the Giants will get the ball first. Oh, I get the ball first. That's right, because I kicked off. Nice. Takes it to the 6, out to the 15, the 20, 22 and a half, 23-yard line is where I will start. Give it right back to Ricky Waters. Nope. They bottled me up pretty good there. Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot complete a pass like that to save my life right now, and that is not good. Now it's 3rd and long. Jerry Rice with the catch. That was a bad throw, too. I got lucky.
Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
And I'm going to be short. That's okay. That is okay.
Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
Just need to get through the middle. First down. First and 5. At this point, I'm just going to give it to Waters and have him score a second if he can.
Hut. Hut.
I'm surprised that they haven't picked up what I've been doing. But that's all right with me. I mean, I'll take it. That puts me up by 13, pending the extra point here, and 100 yards rushing for Ricky Waters. That's something that the NES version of the game didn't do, and something one of the reasons I tend to prefer this version. You get recognized for 100 yards rushing, for I believe it's 150 yards receiving, and for 300 yards passing. I think that that is awesome. All right. So I'm up 2 scores. I'm assuming at some point they're going to have to drop into passing, which it looks like they're doing here. First down.
First down. Round 52. Round 52.
Sticking with my inside linebackers.
Red 32. Hut. 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 Hut.
Oh, he's open. That was close. That was very close. So it's 3rd down and 14. Yeah, I'm dropping in the coverage here. Picked off. Second turnover. Still breaking free. Well, there you go. So I forced a fumble. Now I have an interception. The running game is working so well right now.
First down.
Just no reason to throw the football right now. It's so weird.
Blue 48. Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
Going along. Oh, boy. And I almost got picked off. I really didn't need to throw the football there. 6 seconds left in the third. Still no run defense at all.
First down.
It's unlike the Giants to give up this much in terms of running yards or rushing yards, but it is what it is. So it's 1st and 5.
Red 32. Hut. Hut.
And they have that one red. Yep. So 2nd and a long 5. Really call it 6.
Hut. Hut.
Gets around the outside. Not quite. So it is 3rd and 1. 3rd and goal at the 1.
Blue 48. Hut.
And they read it right. What do I do? I'm going for it, of course. Trying to put him away here.
Hut. Hut.
That's okay if I don't get in. They're now at their 1 yard line.
Blue 48. Hut. 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 Hut.
That works.
Blue 48. Hut. 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 Hut.
Got the first down. But time is ticking. They need 2 scores. You have to start taking time out soon.
Set. Hut. 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 Hut.
There's the first one.
Blue 48. Blue 48. Hut. 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 Hut.
All right, got a big gainer. Obviously gonna have to take a timeout. The rules in this game are different than regular football, like in terms of how the clock runs.
Hut. Hut. Hut.
The clock runs faster than you think it does. So he's gonna have to take his last time out now. So you got none left, 2 minutes to go.
Round 52. Hut. 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 Hut.
And the sack is timely. So 3rd and 16. You'd think this would be a passing down.
Red 24. Hut. 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 Hut.
Not going to happen. So 4th and 8.
Red 24. Hut. 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 Hut.
Ah, I missed the tackle. Well, it's going to be close still.
First down.
I'm dropping in the prevent. I'm dropping in the pass coverage here. Maybe I should be a bit more aggressive, but with so little time left, I'm not really that concerned. I'm just trying not to give it the huge play.
Hut. 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 Hut.
Got him that time. And at this point, it really doesn't matter. 30 seconds to go. 3rd and 15.
Blue 43. Hut. 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 Hut.
And short. So 4th down and less than a yard.
Red 32. Red 32. Hut. 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 Hut.
Didn't get there, and that's the end of the game. So I pulled this one out. This was not pretty. 21-7 is by no means dominant. Steve Young at 111 yards, but terrible completion percentage. Ricky Waters really the player of the game. So that's really how Tecmo Super Bowl works. And then what's cool to me, at least, is there's just a bunch of stats that you can see. When you look at the standings, you get your points for, points against, and then you get into the nitty-gritty in terms of your NFL leaders. Like if we look at rushing, Cobb, Waters, Thurman Thomas. Is that Herschel Walker still? I think it might be. Garrison Hurst. Man, I mean, these names really bring me back. Emmitt Smith. Ernest Biner. Barry Sanders only had 57 yards, but he did have a touchdown. So that's awesome. This game is great. You can find this for the Super Nintendo, whether it's on cartridge or in other formats. I do recommend it with football season right around the corner. If you like football, but you're not really into the penalties and the procedures and things, Tecmo Super Bowl, whether it's the NES version or the Super Nintendo version, even if it's the Genesis version, although that's my least favorite of the three, is certainly a game to look into getting. I hope you enjoyed this this particular episode of Pete Plays. It was fun to do this for you. We will do more in the coming days. Until the next time, my friends, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll do it again soon.